Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 168 for March 18th, 2026. I'm Nemesis, I'm joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Uh,
We're still alive,
we're
I
alive,
guess.
I guess. That's something. Well, sure is something.
We still woke up on the right side of the grass, so at least it's not as bad as it could be.
Could be worse.
Could
for
be
us
worse.
personally, I guess. Right, a couple things in the news, in anime news I want to mention. Yeah, remember last time we talked about that the manga thing with the
Bold of you to assume I remember yesterday.
the pseudonym for the guy who was hired.
Yeah, I remember that.
Turns out a second mangaka was hired again under a pseudonym after he did the sexual assault thing from the same company.
I'm the way you phrased that, I just immediately saw the George Bush meme.
That was the intent. That was the intent.
A second alias mangaka
Yep.
has hit the...
Yeah, of course, yeah, the company also put out statements claiming that the overarching company said they claimed that they had no idea this was happening. This all on Manga One, the program that does all this. The editor's there. And that they basically they tighten up the process, blah, 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 blah. You know, basically,
yeah, standard business speak of shove it under the rug, find a scapegoat, shove it under the rug, and hope they can.
Hope you will forget.
Yep.
But happier news. They announced season 4 of Eurocamp.
Eurocamp.
Yep.
I should catch up with that.
Yeah, here's the problem with that. Remember how we struggled talking about it? Because it's just, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, sure is great.
It's good.
Because honestly, it's a great anime, but not a lot actually happens. And that makes it hard to talk about for an hour.
Yes,
that's why I've been avoiding it.
Yeah, I should still catch up on it because it's a great anime.
I caught up on it. You haven't.
Yeah, it's really good. It's super comfy.
No,
there we go. We just reviewed all 3 seasons so far.
And the movie.
Yeah.
Actually, the movie does actually have a plot line, though.
Oh.
An actual plot, because it's a movie.
Because it's a movie. They need something.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's great. It's you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why all I can say. We talked about it way back when I realized, we're struggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to talk about the anime for this episode, which is Spy Family Season 3.
Yeah, finishing it up.
Getting all caught up on that. Speaking of catching up on things.
Catching up, yes.
So, continuing more or less where we left off last time, Season 3 is another, full-length season of 13 episodes. It has several major storylines in it this time. Like last season, pretty much just was the cruise arc was the big thing, and then Season 3 here has like 3, maybe 4 major stories depending how you look at it.
Yeah, some bigger than others.
Right. So before we get into the nitty gritty, again, still really good. Has a lot of moments. It's like, oh right, there's some really heavy moments in this season, in particular.
There is,
particularly in the early part. Although there's definitely some heavier moments in the later half too, but. There's definitely some heavier moments. It's one of those, oh, right, you're laughing. And, wait, no, it's,
yeah.
Now it's like, woof.
This series is kind of good at that.
Yep.
And this season definitely hits those.
Mm. So, yeah, still fantastic. And I don't know if they're going to keep adapting the manga further in the anime, but I would not say no.
Yep.
But getting into the actual details, this one, the first thing is the first episode is actually an anime exclusive thing because it's basically, hey, getting you back into, remember this Spy Family thing, how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Here are their characters and how they, their abilities and what they do. And the forgers save the day because of from a disgruntled construction worker, essentially.
Yep.
But then we get into the actual stuff, which is, Anya gets a Tonitrus bolt because she loaned her handkerchief to Damien because he forgot his, because apparently there's a teacher who's super anal about how they are at school.
Yeah, and
he's checking bags and everything. So even the most minor offenses, Tonitrus bolt, which if you remember, Tonitrus bolts basically are a bad thing.
Yeah, if you get too many, you're immediately expelled.
Yep. I think it's 8 total.
Something like that, yeah. Which kind of sucks because they look really cool.
The lightning bolts.
They're cool looking.
They're very goofy about it too, because she's doing this like big crazy moves and everything. Like what is this? Like when she puts a Tonitrus bolt on like someone's forehead, and then they fall over dead.
Dead.
Okay, not dead.
Yep.
They're just merely resting. This leads into the first major story arc, which is when Anya comes home and tells her parents she got a Tonitrus bolt. Lloyd passes out in shock.
Yep.
Because, oh no, the mission.
The mission.
It's ruined. And but while he was knocked out, he dreamed about his past, which is we get to see his childhood. They kind of blank out his name essentially, his real name. But we see his childhood and why he is the way he is essentially. Because we see his childhood where every just carefree days playing with his friends and everything, which they all go by these code names, which are like the general, the lieutenant, stuff like that. Well, they're playing because they're going to be soldiers, and right, they're going to grow up to be soldiers. That's what they want to do, and
that's what everyone does.
Yeah, they're Westalis, and they're going to fight Astania, and because the Astanians are devils, right? Because that's what the propaganda says, and like we get little bits like Lloyd there asking this one lady who runs a little shop about talking about it. She's like, I have a cousin in Astania. Do you think I look like a devil? Yeah. Oi.
Oi.
A little bit, yeah.
But
yeah, the other thing we also see is home life, which is his dad's very strict. He even slaps him across the face.
That's a slight euphemism. Strict. Bit more than that, but yeah.
It's just so weird because his dad's very much a proponent of the whole maintaining peace thing. So he doesn't like his kid going out and playing soldier with his friends, which is understandable. Also, it probably kind of seems a little not great to hit your kid because of it, but
Yeah, I get the feeling like I don't know.
Hit your kids.
It's very much the Lloyd or whatever his real name is. I can feel the doesn't live up to expectations kind of a feeling, almost because everyone else is also gives him grief about stuff because he doesn't have the right toys and whatnot.
Because
like
that, dad won't buy it for him because
and comments like I guess being weak too.
Although he's clearly the other thing there is like in the little games they play, he's constantly winning because he's just kind of good at it. All this stuff. That's showing he's kind of a natural prodigy, I guess.
Yeah, he's smart. That's the thing. He's a strategist and whatnot.
So I remember he lies to his dad to basically he wants to buy a book for research or whatever, and he uses to buy toys. Then he feels super guilty about it.
Super guilty.
Because his dad's leaving on a business trip, and then he's like, I'm probably going to return these and just get the money back and
Yeah, and he's going to confess to his dad.
Yeah, and then a bomb drops, and everyone's freaking out. And he wakes up with injured head, and his mom freaking out because she's finding her kid.
Yeah,
and they have to move, and he doesn't ever see his dad again. And then eventually, the house he's now living in gets bombed again, and then that's it. He's an orphan.
Yep.
And we get to it. Go fast forward a few years, and he signs up for the military, lying about his age, apparently, as we find out, he takes the name from someone who's died, and he signs up for the military. And then, because at this point, his thing is, I just want revenge for my family.
Yep.
And he's fully bought into the propaganda and everything about, Astanians are devils and at one point, he's out in the woods and he waits an Astanian soldier, with a really big, poofy haircut and everything.
Yep.
And glasses. Who apparently is deserting. But he just, he's going to kill him, and then, eventually, they just kind of wind up sitting down and talking. Which is, it's one of those things. But then, the thing was, he also winds up, his friends he thought were dead because of the initial bombing.
Yep, because of the warehouse they were playing in, because he left.
Yeah.
Got bombed, and they thought.
And then it turns out they're alive.
Yep.
And he meets them again. He's so happy, and then they go off on a mission, and, they die there.
Yep.
And eventually, he eventually gets recruited because apparently the intelligence branch is wise, as we know. Eventually, it's like, we know who you are, and you're kind of good at this, but you're not meant to be a soldier.
Yep. Also, if you don't, we're going to court-martial you.
Yeah, well,
because you lied on your paperwork.
Yep. So he joins Wise and becomes a spy. And that's his backstory so far that we've seen. And we see this is a big deal. Because it really hammers home just how much why Lloyd is so. When we've seen the preview before, we've seen the crying child Lloyd in season 1.
But now we see the actual.
We see a lot more of it, why he is he's so hell bent on making sure war doesn't happen again.
Yep, and it's interesting the way they do it. They bring up a lot of things they mention the whole propaganda aspect. They don't really explicitly mention, but the way they present it, it's pretty obvious that there's the whole way propaganda works. It's
Mhm.
like it's also kind of a lie. Obviously, it's almost always a lie, but you get those extreme propaganda and people believe it, and that's what feeds the two sides just constantly going after each other, even though what they believe isn't true. It's a lot of parallels to real life. I mean, you look at the propaganda that was like in World War II, the anti-Japanese propaganda or the anti-American propaganda in Japan. They were both horrendous. So yeah, and it brings that up and kind of shows that this propaganda thing is not great. But it also shows the realities of the horrors.
Yeah, because like you have to think like most of the adults are like, man, I really hope we don't actually have a war. Everyone's like, and actually a lot of them are just saying, yeah, everything's fine. As long as they actually have that thing of like, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
And then of course that one guy who's screaming in rage about how we need to fight them and everything, and we can't trust them, and
some people who just lean straight into the propaganda side of it and believe every word of it.
And that's the other thing is, that was a big moment where, Lloyd as a soldier meeting Frankie, or, you guys know Frankie's not his real name.
Yep.
He meets Frankie, and talking to Frankie, it's just this weird thing where Frankie's kind of getting into his head a little bit. Because like Frankie's talking about they were told that those initial attacks on Ostalis were, self-inflicted as a false flag operation. And stuff like that, and all these things. And at first, Lloyd's like, shut up, because oh no, he's human. He's just just some scared guy.
Yep. I think Frankie was also saying that he started finding realizing the falsity of the propaganda he was hearing.
Yeah, because he's
flag.
He's realized it's all BS, and he's just like, what? Frankie's all like, this is all pointless. This war is just stupid. Which, you can see that's one big kind of thing in this whole story. It's just always been war is kind of stupid and pointless and really should be avoided, and that's been kind of a central pillar. But this is one that the story arc that really hammers that home. Yeah, that's the first big one.
Yep. That's the first real big one.
Kind of a big event. It's not a story arc in of itself. It's just a single episode. But a big important thing is, by happenstance, Yor winds up running into a woman at the mall when she's trying to, or the shopping center when she's trying to shop, and helps her out when she starts falling down the stairs. And then this woman invites her out, and she eventually finds out this woman's name is Melinda Desmond.
Desmond. We know that name.
Desmond.
Desmond.
The mother of Damien. Yeah, so she kind of takes a liking to Yor, invites her in this little club. This, what is it?
It's like tennis or
no, it's not tennis, but she probably invites to play tennis or volleyball, actually.
Volleyball, yeah.
But the thing is, she's part of this club as well. Is the thing. Melinda Desmond is part of this club, and it's the wives is basically big important people. And she finds out that Yor's the mother of Anya, who the kid who punched her kid, but she's like, it's no big deal.
It's not a big deal.
And it's just that's a big deal in that sense. It's like your meeting her is a big deal because that's another way in. Of course, as we Lloyd's kind of like, well, we kind of wrote her off as not a good avenue because high risk, low reward.
Yeah, because they know that there's some estrangement between
Melinda and
Donovan, the actual target.
Donovan Desmond.
Yeah.
So that's what happens next. But we also see a little bit of Melinda because she's so nice and kind. She's just really excited to meet Yor and may have her as a friend because it's like one of the things is like she doesn't she kind of intentionally though didn't tell Yor who she was initially because she didn't want the baggage that comes with you're Desmond,
you're an important person.
But then there's a bit where Yor is trying to she puts her foot down. Is like, no, we will be doing this type of thing. When Yor's kind of no, I can't possibly. It's like, no, we will. Okay, got kind of a little serious there.
Yep. Yeah, because Mundo's, that's always a big worry. People only want to be my friends because of the position I have, and they just want it for themselves and want the popularity that would come from that. There's also
some stuff like there's a little bit with there's also an earlier thing with the whole, I almost forgot about the singer or whatever who defected.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of a minor thing. We get to see the handler in action a little bit, but
oh yeah, that one.
But I was also the Lloyd's boss at the hospital getting jealous of Lloyd and trying to engineer a plot to get rid of him. Didn't work because Lloyd kind of was always 10 steps ahead.
Yep. That one was funny.
Yeah, it was really funny because he also that the boss there has a crush on Nightfall.
Nightfall, yeah.
And she hates it because of course she does, because she only has eyes for Lloyd.
Yep.
And then we get the bus jacking.
The bus jacking,
Yep,
which is probably the
part.
biggest, longest arc.
Yeah, so in that, the bus jacking where Anya and her class and the other classes are going to a museum, except her bus goes past the museum. What?
Why?
And then they pick up some other people, and it's a hijacking. The Red Circus, a terrorist group, apparently is hijacking the bus, and with the idea of they're going to get some of their comrades out of jail by demanding the hostages are released for whenever our comrades are released. And this is a problem because you're a bunch of like 5-year-olds on a bus with being hijacked.
Yep.
And all of them. Also, the thing is, a lot of them are very important people.
Children of very important people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point.
And eventually, Anya and Becky hatch a plan to basically get some help by throwing something out the window, which tips them off. So then the bus gets stopped by some spike strips, and there's a bit of a standoff with the police. But also, the hijackers put a bomb on Anya. Then what turns out it's not a real bomb.
But there was a real bomb on the bus.
Yeah, but the bomb collar was not a real bomb.
Yeah.
First, Anya's freaked out because, oh my God, there's a bomb on me.
Oh my God, there's a bomb. And then
it's not real.
He reads the mind.
I just love that bit because at first she's like playing it cool, and everyone's like, oh my God, she's got nerves of steel. And then she starts smacking the bomb, and now everyone's like, oh, you're an idiot.
You're just an idiot, yeah.
Because now they're all freaked out because she's going to blow herself up.
Mm-hmm.
Damien then tries to stand up against his own fake bomb.
Yep. He tries to be a hero. No. Me, not her.
Yeah,
no,
we got
one for you
bus
too.
Checking was the leader there. Yeah, he's like very, he's very much on this, demanding the release of his comrades, and then the secret police get involved, and they're like, yeah, they're probably all dead.
Yeah, and that's one thing where we see just the depravity of the Australian, the secret
standing
police
government. Yeah, the standing in government, and secret police particularly, because, well, one, almost all his comrades are probably dead, and two, we find out they do not care if the kids die, if they're gonna get this guy one way or another.
Yep, they're just gonna open fire on the whole bus and take out everyone inside.
They said try to avoid casualties, but oh well, if it happens, it happens.
Yep.
Oof. And Anya's like, oh crap.
Yeah, because she's reading all of this and trying to not have it happen.
And that was the thing was, they also got Henderson, the headmaster, on board as well. As a kind of swapping out one of the hostages.
Yep.
Their teacher, and he's just shocked. It's like, tungsten, nerves of tungsten. Like, what is this girl? And like, there's a whole thing where it's eventually she starts reading his mind. It turns out he had a daughter who was the first. He was just like, wanted to just keep his head down, mind his business. His daughter was all like, I'm going to these rallies and I wanna, because I'm fighting for what's right.
Mm-hmm.
The Australian government is wrong, and I'm fighting what's right. And eventually, this was back when the Red Circus was just a political,
it was just an activist group.
Yeah, political activist group. And his daughter was killed by the state. Yep. And drove him off the deep end, and he joined them, and they eventually became a full blown terrorist organization. Bombing and whatever things they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's one of the things: one person's terrorist, another person's freedom fighter.
Yep.
And
so a lot of times, and I think in this case, like, you end up getting like one charismatic person who joins, who's less about the freedom fighting and more about revenge, but also I want to blow things up.
Yeah.
And it's an excuse. And then they're dragging the whole...
Or I want power myself.
And they drag... They kind of take over the group and move it toward their own motivations instead of the original. Mm-hmm. That does happen.
I've seen that on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing, is Anya talking, kind of demanding, she's demanding food, and everyone's like, this is all for food? All this bravado is for food? What the heck is wrong with this girl? But he misinterprets it so bad, because she's trying to say something, because she knows what's going on in his head. She's trying to get through to him in a weird way, but so it's a weird thing of task failed successfully the entire time.
Right.
Or she's talking, and he misinterprets it as, oh, are these kids actually starving? Are things really that bad? And he's like, he just thinks of his daughter because Anya starts reminding him of his daughter, and he just surrenders. He surrenders right there because I can't do this anymore. I'm realizing just how far I've gone way too far. I've hijacked a bus full of 5-year-olds. What am I doing? And he steps off the bus. Of course, the problem is one of his cohorts is like, no, I'm not going to surrender. No, I'm not doing. And then he tries to ram and everything. He has the bomb, and he actually tries to grab Anya as a hostage. And then, Becky's guardian, Martha, saves her with a taser. I love this bit with Becky's dad is the CEO of Blackwell Industries. And he freaks out when he finds out because there's a little special code she puts on that paper that's got out of the window with her ID and everything. This little special emergency code to send to the Blackwell family, apparently. And he's freaking out. Like, send everything, the tanks, everything. We're going to save my daughter no matter what. And Martha's like, no, you're going to make it worse, you idiot.
Yeah.
But my daughter, it's like, you can tell he loves his daughter.
He loves his daughter.
Which is nice to see.
It is really nice to see.
He genuinely loves his daughter. And, apparently his wife was worried sick at home and everything, and it's just like when they reunite, it's like, oh.
I also love the trope of the butler or whatever equivalent having like superhuman tactical powers.
Yeah, and she's an older lady too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big thing. It's ugh. And then on top of that, we get the thing where it's just Damien and Anya are the only ones left. Everyone else's parents have picked him up. And then York shows up on foot, running. Like, you ran all the way here? And it's like, oh, hey, Damien. Yeah, I saw your mom on the way here. She'll be here soon.
Because running faster than the cars.
Yeah. Because, again,
it's
probably superhuman.
Yep.
I am all in on that theory now. And that's the weird thing was, Damien's, Melinda shows up. And she's genuine because, oh, my sweet precious baby, are you okay? That sort of thing. Yep. And Damien starts to cry a little bit, and it's like, and then he says, "Don't tell father I've been crying." And then she instant mood switch,
like a light switch,
like just
goes completely stone cold.
Yep. All of a sudden, she's very distant from her kid and everything, and Anya starts reading her mind, and you see that there is something very wrong with Melinda Desmond.
It feels like two fighting personalities going on.
Because she's reading her mind, and it's you hear one voice saying, "Oh, my sweet precious baby, I'm so glad he's all right. I need to pamper him and make him breakfast tomorrow morning." And the other one's, I wish he just died in that hijacking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, this isn't good.
Mm-mm.
This is a broken woman.
Mm-hmm.
Something, and we know her relationship with her husband is estranged, although we're starting to get implications that there might be a lot more than just estrangement going on.
Yep.
This is very possible. I'm starting to get the vibe of this woman has been abused by her husband.
Yeah, it's very likely. I if that comes out in another season,
this is not just
that would
this is not just estrangement. This is not just indifference. This is hatred towards her husband. The instant her husband was mentioned by her kid, just
like a code word.
It's just something. It's
mm-hmm.
not good.
I am right on predicting that. She's being abused
or been abused.
Being emotionally, physically, probably just completely broken.
We see that they basically the two of them are never really together anymore. The husband and wife are never really around each other anymore. So something weird went down.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing though is later we see Damien. He gets up and there's just where's mom? Oh, she's gone. She's not here anymore. And then he starts eating his food. Oh, okay. And then one of the servants is like, oh, by the way, your mother made that. Like, okay, there's still something there.
There's something
clearly. It's definitely.
She did make him a nice breakfast.
Yeah, it's one of the things. She clearly cares about her son, but there's something wrong that's going to cause trouble.
Yep.
It's pretty also clearly she at this point. There's part of her sees her son as an extension of her husband, and that's not a good thing in her mind.
Yep.
'Cause, yeah, that's the
This
other
has
thing.
got to be a plot point that's going to come back. They're coming back to this.
It's got to be. Yeah, that's the other thing is Damien seems to be more concerned about what his dad thinks for what his mom thinks, and yeah, that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay with kind of appearing weak in front of his mom, but he cannot ever appear weak in front of his dad.
That is unfortunately common.
Yeah,
and it's a thing I see.
But it's also on top of that, we've seen before how he is with his dad. It's not a good relationship.
No,
it's not at all healthy. That man is a monster, and we can see it. We've seen multiple signs of that.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Yep, that's great.
And then at the end of all that, a lot of the kids, particularly Anya, Becky, Damien, and surprisingly Bill, all get Stellas for what happened on the bus hijacking. So that's another bit of, I guess, the plot moving forward. Yeah, and then the final bit, there's a bit, actually this is what leads into it's funny because Yor ends up going out to eat with her coworkers, and they're talking about their little gripes with their husbands and boyfriends and stuff, and she's like, I realizing she has nothing, but the problem is, it's the thing of Yor is so hell-bent on appearing normal, she kind of overdoes it. Because they're like talking about gripes and she realizes there's nothing there. Oh no, am I not normal? Oh no, I'm going to be, oh no, everything's going to fall apart.
They're going to find out that it's fake because they
fake.
don't have a gripe, so I have to come up with a gripe. And
so she tries to come up with one that's like, oh yeah, real good. And then she's like, she keeps doubling, tripling down, then gets drunk, and then goes, I'm going to kill my husband. And they're like, and at first, okay, oh, wow, okay, that was a weird bit, Yor, but whatever. That was kind of fun. Anyway, bye. And then she goes home and she's telling Lloyd that she's upset. And he's just like confused as what? And then, of course, who comes and makes it worse? Yuri. He comes in and he's immediately demanding that, of course, a divorce happens and everything.
Yep.
But then Twilight gets called away because all hands on deck. There's a big emergency with Wise.
And then suddenly Yuri also gets called away. All hands on deck.
Big emergency with the secret police.
Yep.
Same thing turns out, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other funny thing was, because Yuri and Yor following Lloyd because Yuri at this point is convinced Lloyd's cheating on Yor, right? And they're following, and then Lloyd really does go to the hospital like he says he does. And Yor sobers up and goes, wait, what am I doing? I'm going home. This is stupid.
Yeah, because she finally got sober.
Realize how stupid this whole was. And regardless. So it turns out an agent from Astania infiltrated Wise, and now he's going back to, now he's going back to Astania with some secrets, and it's a big problem because he has pretty much a lot of big information about, including where all their spies are located, including Lloyd, which would endanger Operation Strix. This is a problem. So they have to go get him. And that's what happens is it becomes a whole thing where it's like, Astania also figures out there's a spy in their midst because, they told different details to different people, and one of them was like, I only told you about the yellow tie.
Oh, yep.
Oh, crap.
Which is a common tactic in real life.
Yeah, so it winds up being a manhunt for this one guy. Twilight Lloyd gets himself there in trouble. Big trouble. And particularly since he has to disguise himself as Yuri. Fights Yuri for it, gets injured because he got shot at by Yuri. And he hesitates. That was one thing. He noted he hesitated. He's like, why am I hesitating? Because, he was going to kill Yuri, and then he doesn't. And part of it, it's like, it's the brother of my wife, and if he dies, it's going to ruin the mission.
It's going to make the mission incredibly difficult. Yeah.
And then at the same time, also, Nightfall is also part of this as well. And, when she sees this, the double agents, trying to kill Lloyd, she snaps.
Limit break.
Yeah.
Same with Bones.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, whatever, I could beat you.
She just goes full bore so hard it breaks her own bones.
Explain that thing. It turns out, that whole thing is, your muscles are actually much more capable than you realize. You just don't ever use them to that extent because it destroys you in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going beyond her limits, and I don't care. I don't care. I will still beat you senseless. And it's scary.
Yep.
Because, he even like, her arm's broken. Yeah, she still basically just uses it as a massive, as a whip.
Yep. She does it with her leg, too.
Yep. And eventually, he goes down, and they capture him, and everyone's going home. Mission's successful. We got him. Everything's great. And then for her, of course, the adrenaline wears off, and she's in severe pain. She has to go to the hospital. Lloyd's kind of beat up, but he's all right. Goes back home, and Yor's like, oh, that's not a big deal. He's like, okay. the whole thing about the I'm upset thing is okay. It's not a big deal. Whatever. Yeah, and then Yuri shows up and he's suspicious because he sees Lloyd move in a certain way. He almost indicates like he has a wound on his arm.
Yep.
No, he can't possibly. And then, he grabs him by the arm, and Lloyd manages to not flinch or anything. He also has a little bit of makeup covering up the bullet wound. But man, just kudos to him to not flinch at all.
Yeah, if someone just suddenly
hard.
grabs a bullet wound, that would be hard not to flinch.
Not flinch or tense up or anything. Because if he did any of that, if tensing up would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but, we're talking highly trained. There's different ways one can tense up.
Yeah.
Lloyd probably realized, in that split second.
Yeah, he knows Yuri, who Yuri is.
And probably realized this split second that Yuri was about to reach for his arm, so prepped for it.
Right.
Because it's Lloyd and he can do that. And,
He's just good at that. The season pretty much ends with that. Of course, Fiona's still trying to become, replace Yor, because she could totally be a better wife than Yor.
Totally.
Also,
absolutely.
She gets it down to also live out her little dream of being with Lloyd. But yeah, it's
Oh, and then at the end, the handler shows up in the hospital to talk to her and kind of reveals,
I know about your little crush.
I know about your crush.
And then I fall freaking out.
Yep.
Because she thought she kept it so well hidden. Yeah, I love those little bits where we see the handler is, there's a reason why she's high ranking at Wise. She's really good at her job.
Yep.
And I love those little bits like that. It's like, she just kind of seems to be just someone like, here, go do this. And that's all she does. But no, she's really good at this.
Yep. It's like a good manager. They won't tell you to do something that they wouldn't be willing to do themselves, and able to do themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the season. And again, it's really entertaining. There's a lot of good stuff of where it's the contrast between the comedy and the pathos, I guess. It's the utter horror of war and why Lloyd fights so hard to maintain peace. That's his thing. It's not to win, it's to maintain peace. That's what he wants.
Because he's been through the horrors and he doesn't want
anyone to go. Yeah. He doesn't want anyone to go through what he went through.
Exactly.
Ever again.
Which
is a very noble goal.
It is.
Difficult, obviously.
It is.
Incredibly difficult.
Especially when you're dealing with everything the world tries to do and other people. Because as we see, there are some people in power, they just want war for the sake of it. For the power it gives them, for the money it gives them, multiple reasons. They don't care who gets hurt. They know it's
because
horrible.
They had a feeling.
Oh my God. Yeah. I had a feeling they were going, God, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Don't get the podcast subpoenaed.
Do not. Exactly.
Don't get the podcast subpoenaed.
Yeah. But, this is one of those things this is something people really need to kind of take to heart.
Mm-hmm. But nope.
Well, the problem is the people who need to hear it. The people who need to hear it the most will not refuse to listen.
Exactly. Either they won't listen or they don't care.
Yep.
They know it. They don't care. Like we saw it in the movie, our last podcast, the one general dude.
Yeah.
He absolutely knew what he was doing was wrong. He didn't care. He wanted the glory because he thought he would be above it all. There's stuff like that.
Yeah, and then of course the bus segment. It's interesting because they specifically called the Red Circus a left-wing organization, and it's it's one of those things. It's I kind of get the idea. What the idea is. This is someone who lost the plot and is just at this point. It's just they're lashing out. Yeah,
and we're probably like I was saying, you get some people in the organizations that
because we see
want to take it further, and those people who are vulnerable follow it.
We see the show makes it clear that what the daughter wanted was there's definitely a nobility to what she wanted. There was what she was doing. What she wanted true justice.
Yep.
And he just took things really far because he got blinded by my daughter was killed, which is understandable to a degree.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of trying to overcome human nature is hard.
It is. And anytime you're dealing with stuff like this and dealing with people, there's no answer. There is no single answer. It's all going to be a horrible mess to deal with. There's no easy way through it. It sucks.
Yeah, it's just there's one of those things. It's just fun thing. Funny comedy. This real funny comedy thing has undercurrents of it's just just really dark.
Also, war is bad.
Yeah, war is bad. Gundam meme.
Yeah,
war is bad.
War is bad. Cool not robot. Although sometimes there are. Have we ever robots shown up yet? We had a cyborg in the movie.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, we had Lloyd and the construction worker engage in a battle with construction equipment.
Great.
So that was a weird thing. Oh yeah, again, as usual, the music's really good. I really love the OP and ED in this season.
All the OPs and EDs
yeah,
on
but this one in
have just been
particular is I really like them. Music's generally good. The animation, usually they do some wonderful things with the animation. They know when they need to. They know how to spend the budget wisely.
Wisely.
Yeah, wisely. And it's a really, really good show still, and I'm just really pleased that something like this was able to pop off and be popular.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping it will be a season 4 at some point as well.
I hope so. I mean, this is popular enough that it's likely. But
I think the problem is at this point they keep kind of getting real close to where the manga is. Each season, so they have to kind of wait for a bit to get and do more stuff.
Unless they, don't, and that's a whole can of worms there.
Yeah. As we talked about last time, this Cloverworks and Wit Studio did this. We already kind of got into those a little bit, and we already talked about most of the Forger family. So going ahead and go some other characters from the show. Damien Desmond is played by Natsumi Fujiwara, who tends to mostly play young versions of male characters from like various shonen and whatnot. I saw stuff like Black Clover on that list, but Toru Mutsuki in Tokyo Ghoul Re, Natsumi Higa in Minami Kamakura High School Girls Cycling Club. This is one of the few main characters I could find that wasn't, a alternate voice. And Kabane Kusaka in Kamono Jihen, which is a thing I never heard of before, but whatever. Now, Becky Blackwell is played by Emery Kato. Big name because she's played Kagami Hiragi in Lucky Star. Sakurako Omoro in Yuru Yuri / Omori Akatsuki in Log Horizon, Riku Saikawa in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I know this name.
Yeah, and Kyubei in Madoka Magica.
Yeah, I know this name.
Yeah, if ever Anya, if your best friend says, would you like to make a contract, run. Just run.
Because, being a magical girl in general might be great. That kind? No.
Yeah. Fiona Frost is played by Ayane Sakura, who's played Alyssa Ayase in Love Live, Ellie's younger sister. Ochako Oradaka in My Hero Academia, Aina Ardebit in Promare, Rei Yasuko in Do It Yourself, and a lot of roles in general, I noticed.
This is a big name.
Yep. And final one I'm doing for this episode, Yuri Breyer is played by Kensho Ono, who's played Yuya Sakaki in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep. Giorno Giovanna in JoJo Golden Wind.
There's our JoJo.
Yep. Tadashi Kikuchi in Skate the Infinity.
Skate!
And Riku Nanase in Idolish 7. So yeah, some big names in there.
Yep.
Mostly for bit parts. Yeah, the other thing I also want to actually mention is I didn't mention it last time, but I want to mention it here, which is I might have mentioned in the first episode or second episode we did for the podcast for season 1. But I'm getting more and more convinced that Yor is autistic.
Oh yeah,
that weird just does not understand social interactions. Way too obsessed with appearing normal.
Yeah.
Missing the point entirely.
Absolutely on the spectrum. Absolutely.
Yeah. Woohoo. I like her.
Yours great. Yours absolutely great.
Beyond that, I don't have much else to say right now.
No.
Not right now.
Nothing that we haven't already said, so.
No. Lovely show.
Lovely show.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you're not watching, what the heck?
What the heck, man? Everyone's watching it. So that's it for this episode. If you liked what you heard, you can listen to past and future episodes at newtoweeboo.libsyn.com. It's spelled Libsyn. If you want to, subscribe there via RSS feed if you like. You can also find us at other places, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Podcasts. And also, if you want to contact us, you can do so via email, newtoweeaboo@gmail.com. If you have questions or comments or anime recommendations or whatnot. And of course, you can follow our various social media is all at newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com/contact, and it'll all be listed there. Pick the one you want, although the Twitter one will not be updated any further. So there you go. Join us next time. It'll be April. At that point.
April.
Yep, it'll be April. We'll be talking about Freeren Season 2.
Yay, Freeren.
Yep, Season 2 of Freeren.
Getting back to Freeren.
Yep. We'll see you then. Keep yourselves safe. Keep yourselves informed. Do what you gotta do. We'll see you in April.
Yep.
Bye.